but also for the world.
जूनियर वर्ल्ड चैंपियन रहे हैं नीरज चोपड़ा।
2020 में बेस्ट वन पदक जीत लिया है भारत के थ्रोअर नीरज चोपड़ा ने।
Mediation will work when there is uncertainty of winning by anyone.
What is most fundamentally important to us as a narrative for the next 5 years?
There can only be one narrative. There can only be one way forward, and that is development. Where a young democracy breathes, that we also celebrate on this journey of development, where we can actually lead change, not only for our country, men and women, but also for the world.
From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 9. Presented by Amity University. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group and Panasonic. Co-powered by IndusInd Bank, Havells Fans and IOCL.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Satyendra Jain in a Hawala transaction, terrible series of Hawala transactions. Very, very grave allegations against Satyendra Jain. Then Manish Sisodia, terrible allegations there of corruption, misusing position, influencing policy. And now Arvind Kejriwal himself, ladies and gentlemen, summoned by the CBI in Liquorgate. The hashtag for tonight, Kejriwal Liquorgate. And we can waste your time by having a political debate, the usual one. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it intentional? Non-intentional? Is it motivated? Non-motivated? Is Arvind Kejriwal a victim? Is he not a victim? What's going on? But I don't think there's any sense in a political debate out here. I think we will have the politicians on the debate tonight. But I would like to get very specific, and I think the Aam Aadmi Party should not object, because when they entered politics, before they entered politics, every night they would say that my questions on scams were always the best. So I intend to ask them some of my best questions tonight. And Arvind Kejriwal, if you're watching, you fully well remember that when you were agitating on corruption, you were doing so on the basis of some really tough questions that I had put up on the basis of scams that we had broken. The Aam Aadmi Party or India Against Corruption or Anna Hazare or Arvind Kejriwal or Yogendra Yadav or Prashant Bhushan, none of them had any role in exposing the scams. We did. They did a marketing campaign, used it to pitchfork themselves straight into politics. So they were the beneficiaries, the political beneficiaries of what was purely our anti-corruption crusade. So I have specific questions for the Aam Aadmi Party, which I intend to put tonight. And I just want to give you a sampler of those questions at the start, ladies and gentlemen. The first question I've never been able to understand is, how did Arvind Kejriwal not know anything? If the money was made, if there were agents, if there were payments, if there were transactions, how did the Chief Minister of Delhi not know? Now there's A lot of self-righteous indignation in the Aam Aadmi Party tonight. How is Arvind Kejriwal being questioned? How is our Arvind Kejriwal being questioned? Well, isn't he the head of the government? Question number 2 tonight. The previous excise policy had a 5% to be made, which was the margin money, which is what the liquor agencies would make. Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia made that 12%. Question is, did Manish Sisodia do that entirely on his own? Did he do it against the will of the Chief Minister? Was the Chief Minister absolutely not aware that so much money was to be made by the liquor barons? Or did the Chief Minister actually allow it? Now, these are 4 different stages. We have to get an answer. You can't say, I didn't know, I won't answer. You have to answer. You can say, I didn't know. Then it's the CBI's job to show that you did, if they indeed think you're guilty, or let you off. Question number 3 tonight. I am told that an expert panel actually said that 5% margin for the liquor barons is enough. But apparently, Manish Sisodia, this is their basic allegation, and the Delhi government increased the margins for the liquor barons from 5% to 12%. Now, which government works so hard to make sure liquor barons make more money? Incredible. 5% to 12%. That 7% gap, the allegation is those are the commissions, those are the bribes. Now, the CBI has to prove it. But my fundamental question is, why would you overrule an expert panel set up by you and overrule it so that some external party, a liquor baron, a group, a private group, could make more money by selling more liquor? It's crazy. Another of my specific questions tonight is this. This is where it gets complicated. And I want to read from the ED chart sheet. As disclosed by C. Arvind Danix, that is the Delhi and Andaman Nicobar Civil Service Secretary to Manish Sisodia, in his statement dated 7/12/2022, the draft GOM report was given to him in the mid of March 2021. When C. Arvind was called by Manish Sisodia at the residence of Arvind Kejriwal CM, where Satyendra Jain was also present, and the conspiracy of the GOM to give the wholesale business to private entities and fix a 12% margin to get 6% kickback out of the same is clear from the statement of C. Arvind, wherein he disclosed that there was neither any discussion in the GOM meetings about giving wholesale to private entities nor fixing 12% profit margin to them. And my question from this is that according to this, which is a section 164 statement, did Sisodia call this bureaucrat to Arvind Kejriwal's home, where he was handed over a note which virtually dictated how much profit margins were to be made by private barons? Now, these are some really good questions, viewers. And I need an answer to these questions. Not me, you need an answer to these questions. I'm only going to ask them on your behalf. And did this meeting take place in Arvind Kejriwal's house? Did Arvind Kejriwal not know about that as well? Was Arvind Kejriwal not in the house? Did the meeting never happen? Is this bureaucrat lying? Would he have some evidence to prove that he is not? These are questions. These are the kind of questions Arvind Kejriwal used to love before he entered politics, when I used to ask them. Now, my next question is, there is a YSRCP MP, Magunta Reddy, who says that he spoke to Arvind Kejriwal. Did he speak to Arvind Kejriwal about the excise policy? Did he seek his blessings? Why is it that this person, Samir Mahindru, why does he say that he got a FaceTime call from Arvind Kejriwal where he referred to Vijay Nair, one of the accused, as my boy? I read from a particular statement where Shri Vijay Nair had arranged the meeting of the owner-controller of Indo Spirits, Samir Mahindru, with Arvind Kejriwal, Chief Minister Delhi. And when that did not materialize, he arranged a video call through FaceTime on his phone for Shri Samir and Shri Arvind Kejriwal, where Shri Arvind Kejriwal said to Shri Samir that Vijay is his boy and that Shri Samir should trust him and carry on with him. Did this FaceTime call happen? Viewers, fundamentally, we have a choice tonight. And our choice is this. Either we ask these questions or we don't ask these questions. And I believe that this is the only channel, the only network which will ask these questions. Don't waste your time on the rest, because they do the same floozy political debate on this. But I have a solid debate coming and some really good questions to ask. Debate number 1 tonight. Arvind Kejriwal gets a Liquorgate summons, has a huge impact on his image. This is getting extremely serious. He's going to go before the CBI on Sunday. Debate number 2 tonight, viewers. And I come to you with a packed show, an exciting show. Owaisi puts a Hindu-Muslim angle, a communal angle to the killing of a gangster. What next, Mr. Owaisi? What next? Competitive communal politics out here. Debate number 3 tonight. Pushing questions, asking questions to the BBC, asking the BBC to reply, sending them detailed questions, and they just seem unable to answer in more than one line to us. Why, BBC? What are you scared of? That's debate number 3, and here are the headlines this Friday evening on the Debate Tonight. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal faces CBI questioning over Liquorgate. It is #Kejriwal Liquorgate.
ये जो सारा भ्रष्टाचार का लाखों करोड़ का काला धन मोदी जी के दोस्त की कंपनी में लगा है, ये मोदी जी का पैसा है। और उसी दिन से अरविंद जी के खिलाफ मोदी जी ने ये साजिश रचना शुरू कर दिया।
Aam Aadmi Party claims intimidation, calls the summons employed to put Kejriwal in jail.
अगर मेरा मानना यह है कि जो सो कॉल्ड एनकाउंटर है वो नहीं होना चाहिए, कानून है, संविधान है, आप उसका सजा दिलाइए ना उनको, कौन रोक रहा है आपको?
Owaisi raises questions over the Mafia encounter by alleging religion-based targeting.
पहले दिन से भारतीय जनता पार्टी चुनाव को देखते हुए इनकाउंटर कर रही है।
Akhilesh calls the operation staged while the Vadra Congress showers respect on Atik G. They call him Atik G. The party whose leaders called Osama G are now calling him Atik G. Part 2 of the Republic report on the BBC illegality completely demolishes the lobby's attempt to link investigation to the documentary. And over 11,000 Bihu performers create a new world record. The Prime Minister witnesses the world's biggest folk dance performance. And ladies and gentlemen, 47 days after the arrest of Manish Sisodia, the CBI summoned Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. On Sunday, 11 o'clock, he faces tough questions from the agency on what is being called #Kejriwal Liquorgate. Let's debate.
The CBI has summoned Arvind Kejriwal in the Liquorgate case.
So why exactly has Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal been summoned by the Central Bureau of Investigation? That's because they are looking at whether at all there have been any acts of omission and commission. CBI sources maintain that oral admissions have been made by a few accused in this particular case. They also are looking at whether at all the Delhi Chief Minister was actually aware that the profit margins in this particular case was deliberately changed, and they believe that this was at the behest of the lobbying that was essentially done by the South Group. In fact, CBI sources say that this is an opportunity for the Chief Minister to explain his alleged role in the liquor scam.
The summons comes after the arrest of his right-hand man and former Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia.
ऐसे सारे लोगों ने मिलकर मनीष सिसोदिया को जेल भेज दिया जो नहीं चाहते कि गरीबों के बच्चों को, दलितों के बच्चों को अच्छी शिक्षा मिले। ये देश के दुश्मन है। जिन लोगों ने मनीष सिसोदिया को जेल भेजा है वो देश के दुश्मन है कि नहीं है? वो देश के दुश्मन है, वो नहीं चाहते कि देश तरक्की।
The Aam Aadmi Party has responded to the summons with back-to-back news briefings.
अरविंद जी ने सिलसिलेवार तरीके से दिल्ली की विधानसभा में देश को यह समझाने का प्रयास किया था कि ये जो सारा भ्रष्टाचार का लाखों करोड़ का काला धन मोदी जी के दोस्त की कंपनी में लगा है, ये मोदी जी का पैसा है। और उसी दिन से दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री के खिलाफ, अरविंद जी के खिलाफ मोदी जी ने यह साजिश रचना शुरू कर दिया।
जब तक आम आदमी पार्टी के एक एक नेता में, एक एक कार्यकर्ता में आखिरी सांस तक भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ लड़ने का दम है, भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ लड़ने का जिगरा है। हम आपकी ईडी और सीबीआई की धमकियों से डरने वाले नहीं हैं।
CBI ED इज द पपेट ऑफ सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट और अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को तो अपनी ईमानदार होने की सजा देने मतलब मिलनी है। एटलीस्ट हैरेसमेंट तो होनी है, कभी कोई नोटिस देगा, कभी कोई नोटिस देगा।
Those parties whose leaders face scrutiny in other cases are joining the chorus.
मैं तो कहता हूं सबको गैस चैम्बर में डालिए। गिरफ्तारी छोटी चीज है, बड़ा काम करिए। मोदी जी बड़ा काम करते हैं, बड़ा इवेंट बनाइए, गैस चैम्बर बनाइए, नाजी स्टाइल में सबको डालिए, खत्म करिए।
But the BJP says it is all part of the process of law.
दिल्ली के अंदर कुछ भी जो पॉलिसी मेकिंग होती होगी उनकी मर्जी के बिना होती नहीं हुई। जो पूरा पॉलिसी में बदल हुआ, जो पूरा स्कैम हुआ, उनकी मर्जी के बिना हुआ नहीं। और केजरीवाल साहब का ऐसी जानकारी हुई है कि किसी बिजनेसमैन को कह रहे हैं कि विजयनायर मेरा ही आदमी है, और विजयनायर तो इस सारे के अंदर किंग पिंग है, वो सारी जानकारी उसके पास है। और जरा जांच होने दे दीजिए, पता लग जाएगा। दूध का दूध नहीं, सॉरी, शराब का शराब, पानी का पानी हो जाएगा।
There have been series of arrests in Liquorgate. In the past, Aam Aadmi Party has demanded resignations at the drop of the hat. What will the course of action be now? Let's debate.
Okay, viewers. Arnab Singh Grewal of the Aam Aadmi Party, my first question is to you. And I hope you will answer specifically. And even if you have come with a prepared statement, that you save me the grace of doing that for later. Let us answer the specific questions because people want specific answers now. Now, Mr. Arnab, Mr. Grewal, two statements have been made in which Arvind Kejriwal has been named. Two statements have been made in which Arvind Kejriwal has been named. The statements were recorded on grounds of revelations made by the bureaucrats who were examined by the CBI. Statement has been made in which Kejriwal has been named. I want to mention in one case, the secretary to Manish Sisodia says that he was called by Sisodia in the middle of March 2021 to the residence of Arvind Kejriwal in the presence of Satyendra Jain also, and that is where this 12% margin was decided. Kickback was 6%, and this statement is under 164, right? And this discussion was overriding the GOM. So the profit margin went to 5% to 12%. According to the statement of this senior civil servant, he was called to Kejriwal's house and told about this. That is where he was informed about this increase of 5% to 12% commission. So this is a point to be answered. And whether a bureaucrat was given a handwritten note regarding the excise policy at his residence, this is not the way governments are supposed to function. Mr. Grewal, do you feel this specific answer is worth answering? Specific question is worth answering? Please come, Shawan. Yeah.
Good evening, Mr. Goswami. I've just noted down all the questions that you've pointed out, and I'm sure I'll be very happy to answer all those.
I've only asked you one question. You said I've asked you many questions.
Yes, no,
I've only asked you one question.
Okay. You asked questions at the beginning of the debate, and I heard you. I respect you enough to hear what you say. So I'd like to start by making a statement that it's a mere coincidence that the day Mr. Kejriwal stands up against the crony capitalism of the BJP and the Modi government, this whole thing comes up. And I told you earlier that they're going to pull a rabbit out of the hat. As far as this particular policy is concerned, sir,
no, sir, I'm not asking you about a policy.
Yes,
one minute. Mr. Grewal, one minute, please. May I please, thank you very much. If you respect me in the slightest, which I am very gratified to hear that you do, then please respect me enough to answer my very specific and polite question. Sir, this allegation is under 164, And it is a statement recorded in which it is said that this individual bureaucrat was called to the residence of Arvind Kejriwal, where Manish Sisodia and Satyendra Jain were present, and where there was a handwritten note given to him, and he was told to fix the margin to 12% because the plan was to get 6% kickbacks, right? This was not discussed in the GOM meeting, but the idea was to give a wholesale margin of 12% to private entities to make sure they have a 12% profit. So
you are totally right, sir.
Yeah.
You are right, sir. The answer here is that this policy was declared by the government. 5 to 12% was declared when the LG said that this is not right. We had declared it. Even if it was a handwritten note, it was put on paper by the Delhi government, and we stand by it.
Okay,
and the same policy we have stood by in Punjab,
Mr. Grewal,
3,000 crores.
Mr. Grewal,
yes,
Mr. Grewal, I see restless Sanju Verma on the other side. She has raised her hand. She wants to respond. A question which comes to my mind is, and I'm glad that you have admitted, you say we have admitted it. Question was, till now, there was this arm's length between Mr. Kejriwal and Liquorgate. Do you realize, Mr. Grewal, that with this, that arm's length is not there anymore?
Not at all, sir.
Yeah,
not at all, sir.
That arm's length goes away.
No, sir. Mr. Kejriwal is the Chief Minister of Delhi, and every decision made by the Delhi cabinet is a collective decision. It is under the leadership of Mr. Kejriwal. We stand by it. So we stand by the policy that we have put out. We stand by everything, and we challenge them, and we welcome the CBI inquiry. They are more than welcome to question
that was
whatever
my So you are not denying that there was a meeting at Arvind Kejriwal's residence?
What I am saying is that this was our declared policy. Even if there was a note
but declared policy decided in a meeting. Decided in a meeting at Arvind Kejriwal's residence.
By the Excise Minister and the Chief Minister. May I come in? It's okay. Ma'am,
I need to come in.
Just 1 minute. One minute.
Okay.
I've called in Shravan here tonight. Sanju, 1 minute. Because in this very serious debate, he's going to give us some factual pointers. You want to add something,
You said it was already declared. Why was it then not consulted with the Council of Ministers? Point number one. Point number two, how is it possible that those very people who actually enjoyed the benefits of that liquor trade, they had a draft copy of that same very excise policy which has now been recovered? How did they get access to that even before it was implemented?
It's getting serious.
I'll tell you. First of all, this was discussed before the Council of Ministers beforehand, number one. And secondly, I want to remind you about this. We implemented this policy.
Yeah.
This policy was out for the world.
So I'll come to second
and
question in a moment.
Saw it, everybody got copies
I'll
of
come
it.
to second question. Just to keep the debate going, I'm going to Sanju now. Sanju, now the question to you is that you are going to do everything possible to drag Kejriwal in, right? And the challenge to you, which has been thrown by the Aam Aadmi Party, is that they will benefit the more you go after them. Sanju, I lost your video there. Are you there? Not there? I can't see your video at all.
I'm there. I can hear you. I don't know what's wrong with the video, but I can hear you.
Video is frozen, but continue. We hope we comes back. Yeah, little bit louder. Yeah. Till then, 1 second. Let's see if we can get your video back. I think there's a bandwidth issue at that, so we're going to fix it in a second. In the meantime, before we fix Sanju's video, let's get in Subrashta as well as Karan for a quick response to the emerging situation. Is this going to make Mr. Kejriwal a martyr?
You know, Arnab.
Subrashta goes first. Yeah, Subrashta.
Okay.
Simple reason being.
Yeah.
The simple reason being that if Arvind Kejriwal had come out in the open and explained the liquor policy and explained the somersaults that he took on the liquor policy, it would have created some kind of credibility for him. But ever since the controversy has erupted, we have never seen Kejriwal answer direct questions. You question him on liquor policy and the entire brigade of Aam Aadmi Party starts talking about education. You question him on anything and he starts talking about vendetta politics. But a person who came into politics to sort of redefine the entire landscape and everything, I don't understand why he hasn't taken any direct question. And today also on your show, I can guarantee you, Arnab, that your research team and you will ask pressing questions on the liquor policy, and they they will not answer it specifically.
Okay, let
they
me
will
get
go
Sanju in
round and
because-
round and
yeah.
talk about vendetta in more than one way.
Well, I've been asking.
I think they need to.
Very
Arnab, can I ask
One-
three quick questions? Arnab.
Well, let's get Sanju first. Karan, you can respond immediately after that. Yeah.
Okay.
Abab,
Okay.
don't worry. We have the time. We have many more questions for you. We're very chilled out tonight. We have a lot of questions for you. No problem. Sanju, is this going to make AAP a martyr? Are you making them martyrs?
Okay, Arnab, I think you started the debate with a whole host of very interesting questions, completely putting the Aam Aadmi Party in the dock. And to add to your questions, because my questions will reveal that Arvind Kejriwal is both dishonest and incompetent and much more. Point number one, let's be very clear that the ED charge sheet and what the CBI says is that the excise liquor policy was formulated by violating the GNCTD Act of 1991, the Transaction of Business Rules 1993, the Delhi Excise Act of 2009, and the Delhi Excise Rules of 2010. And Manish Sisodia has agreed to the aforesaid charges. Point number two, Manish Sisodia's ex-confidant and secretary C. Arvind says that when the commission was raised from 5 to 12%, it was done at Arvind Kejriwal's residence without moving a cabinet note, which is the standard procedure. Point number three, and the most important point, they say, Arnab, in any crime, the witness is paramount. And in this case, in November 2022, Manish Sisodia's confidant, who's now turned a hostile witness, Dinesh Arora, under section 306 of the CRPC, has said that yes, there is a trail of money laundering involving 3 companies, which media is not talking of. These are the 3 companies which are owned by Samir Mahendru, and the money was laundered by Vijay Nair. Point number one, the company is called Khao Galli. The second company is a company called Bubbly Beverages. And the third
Bubbly
company
Beverages.
is a company called Bubbly, B-U-B-B-L-Y, Bubbly Beverages.
Bubbly Beverages and Khao
Bubbly
Galli.
Beverages. And the third company, Arnab,
Okay.
the third company, I've come with details
Bubbly
today.
Beverages.
The third company,
journey.
third company is a company
I'm
called
sure Anna
Geetech
Hazare wouldn't
Systems.
approve of any profits for
Arnab.
Bubbly Beverages. Yeah.
The third company is a company called Geetech Systems, G-E-E-T-E-C-H. And the Enforcement Directorate made one very interesting observation, which was actually agreed upon.
1 minute, Sanju,
Commissioner.
the problem is,
Let me just finish.
But you won't finish.
Please. No, I didn't finish. Please, 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Can I make a...
10 seconds.
Sir,
Let me
I think
finish.
we're having a serious debate, seriously.
No, this is a
So,
serious debate.
I was looking forward to answering your questions. Come on, man.
Exposing
Come on.
Arnab Goswami.
Come on,
Can I
man.
please finish?
Okay, let her finish
No,
now.
no.
Come on, don't heckle Abab.
Yeah.
No, I'm not heckling,
Thank you.
sir. I'm not heckling.
Yeah, please. Now hold your horses. I will tell you one thing. Bubbly Beverages, Geetech Systems and Khao Galli were used by Samir Mahendru and Vijay Nair to launder money. But the most important point is this, that 2 other people have not turned formal approvers, but they are likely to. One is Sunny Marwa, the authorized signatory of Mahadev Liquors, who's also involved in the liquor scam, and the other is Amit Arora, the promoter of Buddy Retail. So,
Okay.
the canneries have started singing.
What you're saying
I just want
is-
to ask one thing. Who
No.
is the editor-in-chief
Now you said
of
10
Republic?
seconds.
Who is
I
the
have to interrupt
editor-in-chief
you
of
now
Republic?
because what happens
Who
is,
the
Sanju,
editor-in-chief
you
of
can't put
Republic?
everything out in one answer. Please wait a minute. No, please wait a minute. Now, Sanju, please. I'm requesting you. Thank you.
Who is the
Thank you.
editor-in-chief of Republic?
Thank you.
Who is the editor-in-chief of Republic? Who is the editor-in-chief
That's
of
the
Republic?
most
Is it
rhetorical
Arnab
question
Goswami?
I have ever seen.
No, is it Arnab Goswami or not? The buck stops at Arnab Goswami's doorstep if something wrong happens. Who's the Chief Minister of Delhi? Arvind Kejriwal.
True.
Where's the accountability?
True. That I agree with you.
Transparency.
That I agree with you, Sanju. Even when the air conditioning in our studios is not working well, everybody blames me. But there's one question I have tonight on a serious note. No, 1 minute. Karan, wait, yaar. Karan, you just want to be an anchor. Don't do this. I'm in a nice Friday mood. You see, Mr. Abab is in trouble. Romesh Sabarwal is thinking, should I help him? Should I not help him? Ravala Sridhar Reddy is thinking tonight, what the hell have I landed into? How did the BRS get into this Delhi politics? But such is life, Mr. Reddy, such is life, Mr. Sabharwal. You see, Mr. Sabharwal, time has come for you to choose. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Arnab.
If you support the Aam Aadmi Party,
Arnab, can I speak?
you end up helping your political
Arnab,
rival and losing the next election. If you don't support them, you will be seen to be against opposition unity. Mr. Sabharwal, the questions I've asked are serious.
Arnab.
Yeah.
Arnab.
Yes.
Yeah. Arnab, can I ask you 2-3 questions?
Ask me.
Have you seen any chief
Why
minister
asking
in
me?
the country?
Why
who's without
asking me the
portfolio?
question?
Give me any. Yeah. Give me. No. Please listen to me. Please. You give me any example in the whole country, on the whole universe. Is there any chief minister without portfolio? Arvind Kejriwal. So sad for Delhi today. He has given a bad name to Delhi.
Are you really?
Oh, 1 minute.
He's
Get him.
an
Get
outsider.
him in the middle.
He
No,
never
1 minute.
took a birth in Delhi.
Get above. No. Continue. Sanju, don't interrupt. This is a delicious moment. Please don't interrupt.
What's wrong with you?
Sorry.
Please.
Continue.
Why are you obsessed with me, Arnab?
I'm not. Thank you very
He's an
much.
outsider.
Please let him continue.
He's an outsider. He is an outsider by birth. He has never studied in any school. He has never done any higher education. He never contributed any tax to Delhi booty. What was the need for him to privatization for this policy, excise policy? Have you heard in anywhere the portfolio of education and excise by the same minister in anywhere in the world, in anywhere in the country? Kejriwal has given a bad name to my state, to the Department of Excise officials. The UT cadre, the delegates have been stabbed by Kejriwal. He stabbed the government servants of Delhi. He stabbed the government servants who are residing in NDMC area. I fought election against him. I was chairman of Delhi Tourism. Delhi Tourism was the only organization with other 4 organizations who were selling the liquor in Delhi. Why the government was selling the liquor? Because the profit was going for the construction of flyovers. Nobody knows what has happened to Delhi, what he has done. He is so much morally corrupt. Arnab, you don't know what is the MLA land in Delhi. It is 10 crore per year, which is 1 crore per year all over country. Every file, he is dishonest. He abused my parents in Ramlila ground. He abused my party in Ramlila ground. He abused government servants. My both parents have served the India as a government servant. Lokpal bill. He has given a bad name to my parents. And how much bad name he has given to Delhi. It's shameful. He should resign immediately. It's a sad day for a Delhi. The day he was elected, his birth is Siwani. His education is Hisar. His higher education is Kharagpur. His job was in Ghaziabad and UP. He never distributed even a single paisa to the booty, to the revenue, which my grandparents, which my parents, which I am giving, which my child are giving. He misguided old Delhi.
Let him speak. Let Mr. Sabharwal speak. Why are you stopping him, Mr. Reddy? Why are you stopping him?
I am not stopping him. I am only saying.
Arnab,
this doesn't look like
this excise policy is deeper.
He is venting out his frustration.
This excise policy is very deeper. Nobody has understood. Nobody has been able to understand what is this excise policy. What was the need for him to do the privatization? Sathi ji was finance minister. Sheela ji was chief minister. We started privatization, but we stopped immediately because Jagpanesh Chandra, the former chief minister of Delhi, SKL Bhagat and Rajiv Gandhi, they made a policy for a government to sell the liquor in Delhi. Because of this, we have flyovers today in Delhi. What they know? All the flyovers have been made by the fund of liquor. Delhi Tourism has constructed the flyovers. But they know Kejriwal का तो जन्म ही यहाँ नहीं हुआ. ये तो दुर्भाग्य हमारा भारत के किस राज्य में हेमंत असम में पैदा हुआ. नीतीश कुमार बिहार में पैदा हुआ, केरला का चीफ मिनिस्टर केरला में पैदा हुआ। अरे केजरीवाल हरियाणा जाओ, हरियाणा जाके राजनीति करो, हमारी कर्म भूमि को बदनाम मत करो। इतनी पॉलिसीज है, इतना घपला हुआ है, मुझे शर्म आती है कि मुझे दिल्ली के बारे में मैं सोच के रोता हूं कितना बुरा नाम दिया है।
बट सबरवाल जी आप क्या बात कर रहे हैं? आपके और केजरीवाल की तो मीटिंग हो रही है थ्रू नीतीश कुमार ऑपोजिशन यूनिटी, आप बड़ा ऑपोजिशन यूनिटी कर रहे हैं। आपने कहा कि मोदी के खिलाफ हमारा मोर्चा है, आप क्या कर रहे हैं? आप देश चलाने वाले केजरीवाल के साथ मिलकर और इस प्रोग्राम में उनको क्रिटिसाइज कर रहे हैं, आप क्या कर रहे हैं?
अर्नब भाई
जी,
बी टीम है बीजेपी की, बहुत लेट किया बीजेपी ने, इतने स्कैम्स है उसके, हर फाइल पे स्कैम्स है। अरे वो तो बी टीम है, अब जाके लड़ाई शुरू हुई है, देखते हैं कितनी चलती है। अभी खत्म, अभी फाइनल है, अब तो क्लाइमेक्स आने वाला है दिल्ली की पॉलिटिक्स में।
क्या क्लाइमेक्स आएगा दिल्ली की पॉलिटिक्स में?
और अब देख whether he is the BJP will save him.
Mr. Abab, 1 minute. I have a question for Mr. Reddy. Then everybody is spoken. Then we have an open debate. Mr. Reddy, Magunta Reddy.
आज अम्बेडकर जी का बर्थडे है और उस दिन ये होता है जो लोग अम्बेडकर जी को अपना आइडियल मानते हैं।
What is he talking about?
सर दिल्ली से प्यार है सर।
I don't know who has done what.
That is a very senior Congress leader, Karan. I think there's a great significance of what he's saying. He is an AICC member, Romesh Sabarwal, very senior Congress leader, All India Congress Committee member. So I find what he has said very significant because this is significant, viewers. Because when we speak, I'll just take one more. When we say all opposition leaders will come together to fight Narendra Modi, but this is what happens on issues they don't agree with each other. There are fundamental issues. Now, Mr. Reddy, I go back to my specific questions. Magunta Reddy, YSRCP MP, Shawan, has informed that the Delhi Chief Minister met him to discuss the excise policy, and apparently he encouraged him to come into the liquor business. Why did a YSRCP MP meet the Delhi Chief Minister? What is this group called the South Group? Did meetings happen between Vijay Nair, who's very close to Arvind Kejriwal, and people representing the South Group? Did the South Group, after meeting Arvind Kejriwal's special associate Vijay Nair, end up making a lot of money because of this 12% commission? I know your leader Kavita is also in the net.
No.
I know she's in the net.
Magunda Srinivasan Reddy family was in liquor business for a long time. This is nothing new for them.
Okay.
Whether it is Bangalore, whether it is Hyderabad, I think they are in many places. And doing business is not wrong. And South Group, I don't know what is this South Group. Is there any company registered in the name of South Group? There are many North Indians doing their business in South India, rather even in Hyderabad. So, I mean, it is only trying to create a feeling that entire South Indian businessmen came to Delhi and tried to do
just 1 minute,
wrong.
just 1 minute, 1 minute, just 1 minute, 1 minute. Sanju, wait. I'm on a line of questioning here. Please do be patient. This is very important. Okay, let's take away this word called the South Group. Let's call it Group X, Group Y, Group A, B, C, whatever you call it. Okay. Now, did a member of parliament meet the Chief Minister of Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal, regarding liquor business? Simple question, right?
No.
Yes or no?
I am not the spokesperson of Magunda Srinivasan Reddy firm. Neither I am from Delhi government. I can only say that this entire case is fabricated.
Did your MLC K Kavita, daughter of Telangana Chief Minister and your Supreme Leader K Chandrasekhar Rao, along with others, did she indirectly pay kickbacks to the Aam Aadmi Party represented by Vijay Nair? Did this deal happen before the Gujarat elections?
Seriously, we have clarified many a times. We strongly condemn all these allegations. There is no role of Kavita ji, neither any BRS party member. Now, when this case comes, all the BJP leaders, right from Sanju Jiju, many other spokespersons, when they explain the case, sometimes they will become part-time investigation officers, sometimes they become CBI officers, sometimes they become ED officers, sometimes they become government leaders.
Arnab, may I
This is a
please,
fabricated
this man can't
case.
make these
It's a
kind of stupid
conspiracy.
allegations on TV.
You cannot win us on ground. This is an election year. Arnab, we
May I
many a
please
times
come
we
in?
have
Okay, we heard you.
made it
We
very
heard you. You
clear.
made some reckless
In Telangana,
allegations.
they wanted power.
Because you
Sanju
don't
ji,
speak
मैंने
sense
आपका बहुत
most of
सुना
the
है.
time.
Give us some time to speak. You gave a long lecture. I listen to you. Please listen to us. Then you can go on doing the role of CBI officer and ED officer. No problem. This is an election year. They wanted power in Telangana. If they wanted to put us in cases, nothing else.
No. They want one minute, just one minute.
Kavita ji appeared before ED, gave clarifications. They called us twice, thrice.
Yes.
They could not establish anything.
How do you
In the
know
case
they
of
could not
Delhi,
establish anything?
Nothing else.
How do you know they could not establish anything?
No, I will bust his lies. Please let me explain.
It is
Arnab.
proved.
Viewers, now
Where they
now
have
at this
anything.
stage, at this
on
stage, I want to one minute.
May I please come in?
Yes, you will come in. I'm viewers tonight. 1 minute. At this stage, I'll do a 20-second summary and then Sanju you can come in. You see, viewers, at this stage, I need to tell you that what you're seeing right now on national television is one of the most interesting political debates you can have. The allegation the BJP makes is that AAP and BRS are not here to save the country. They are not here to save secularism. They are here to make money out of a liquor deal, divide the money among themselves.
No, we are elected twice. We are
No,
an
you
elected
can be
government.
elected.
Please now come in.
You can be elected any number of times. That makes no difference.
We don't
Okay, let me
run
come in
governments
now.
by appointed
Arnab,
people.
can you please ask
We
this
are
man to keep
elected.
quiet?
Okay, viewers, very heated debate tonight. I have a few more questions. I have a few more questions. I have a few more questions. Sanju's rebutting briefly. And Mr. Kejriwal, don't worry, I won't disappoint you with my next round of questioning. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay,
But
Mr.
I'd
Reddy,
like to say one thing that
I
ma'am is
need to
just
come in,
pointing out the
please, Mr.
FIR.
Kejriwal.
He's
Wait
not
for a
doing anything
minute.
else.
You don't moderate your debates. What's wrong with you? I thought I was supposed to
Ma'am,
speak. Why is Mr. Kejriwal butting in?
The same
Can you
goes
please
for
let
you
the horses-
because you butt into
Mr.
everybody.
Kejriwal, please keep
You
quiet.
butt into it when everybody's
Please keep
speaking,
quiet.
ma'am.
You are no Raja Harishchandra.
No,
चुप हो
ma'am.
जाइए.
No, ma'am.
हो
राजा
जाइए,
हरीश
आपके
चंद्र जी, मैं
नेता
इस लेवल पे
सारे
नहीं
जेल जा
जाऊंगा.
रहे हैं।
सॉरी, मैं आपके
आपके
लेवल पे
सारे
नहीं
नेता, आधे
जाऊंगा.
नेता जेल में है. चुप हो जाइए. You have no moral high ground today.
Okay,
Please keep
now,
quiet and let me
Mr.
listen.
Kejriwal, I'll come to you after she finishes her intervention because I have some very nice questions for you. I've specially chosen and plucked them out tonight for you. Yes, Sanju.
Mr.
Thank
Kejriwal,
you.
you can answer Arnab's questions because I'm sure.
We have live
might not-
visuals. 1 minute of Kejriwal coming in somewhere today. Can we run the picture full frame, please? Full frame, ladies and gentlemen. That's Arvind Kejriwal you're seeing on the screen. Not answering a single question. The man in the heat of the controversy has been summoned by the CBI. Not a single. You see a lot of mics around him. There's security around him. Security pushing him back. Reporters after the car. The car goes away. Not a single comment. And everybody moves back, ladies and gentlemen. Live. Arvind Kejriwal went back, not speaking a word. Unusual, isn't it? Unusual. Almost they were pushing. Oh, he didn't speak. I'm amazed. There are about 12 security people all forming a very close ring around Arvind Kejriwal. A closed ring, an external ring, an outer ring, and at least 4 people were there till the door was closed. This is very unusual, extremely high level physical security there for Arvind Kejriwal. I don't know what's going on. Okay, Sanju's turn to rebut and then my question. Sanju.
Okay. Arnab, and now I hope Mr. Reddy will have the audacity to listen since he made some reckless allegations. I will tell you how Kavita, the daughter of TRS head honcho or BRS head honcho, KCR is related. Please understand that Vijay Nair is supposed to have taken kickback of 100 crores and 100 crores was taken from whom? It was taken from 2 people, Arun Ramchandra Pillai and Prem Rahul. And both Arun Ramchandra Pillai and Prem Rahul were representing whom? They were representing K. Kavita. And what was done in lieu of taking this 100 crores? In lieu of this 100 crores, 32.5% stake in Indo Spirit was given to Arun Ramchandra Pillai. Another 30% 32.5% stake was given to Prem
for a long time.
I'll come to you, Mr. Reddy. I will come to you, Mr. Reddy. I will come to you. I will come to you, Mr. Reddy. I will come to you, Mr. Grewal. I will come to you all. If required, I will extend my debate. I'll let everybody speak.
Let me finish.
I'll let everybody speak. Just bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me.
Finish.
Yeah, but Sanju, not so much aggression.
Listen. Raghunath Sridhar Reddy, you were sacked by the BJP for anti-party activity.
Oh, there he goes. No personal attack, Sanju. That has no relevance to the ongoing debate. That is not right of you. You are making a personal attack as well. There's no need for you to say that.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's no need. Don't go personal with Mr. Reddy, please. Why go personal?
65% stake.
It's okay, Mr. Reddy. Don't respond to that.
Kavita acquired 65%.
Don't respond to that, Mr. Reddy. 1 second.
32.5% was given to K. Kavita's confidant Arun Ramchandra Pillai. Another 32.5% stake was given to Prem Rahul. Do you deny? Why was K. Kavita's petition asking the Supreme Court to dismiss the case denied? Why did Supreme Court deny any relief to K. Kavita? Answer that.
You guys cannot answer us.
With folded hands to Supreme Court. Please ensure that the case against me is dismissed and the Supreme Court.
Everybody will go to court only with folded hands. I don't know how you will go.
What the ED asks her to do. That is to
1 minute.
cooperate.
Just 1 minute. 1 minute.
Kavita has been asked to
Just 1 minute. Just give me a moment. Give me a moment now. Give me a moment. Now, Sanju, you got to stop. I have some questions for the other side. First, Mr. Reddy has a right to respond. Yes, Mr. Reddy. 1 minute. Mr. Reddy has a right to respond. Thank you, Sanju. Thank you there, please.
Many times, Arnab.
Please. Mr. Reddy's turn now. Mr. Reddy will speak. Yes, Mr. Reddy.
Sanju Verma
Mr. Reddy.
Personal.
No, Mr. Reddy, don't take it. Yeah.
Whenever I respond, Sanju Verma ji was going personal.
It's okay. You respond.
Listen. She doesn't know. I don't know where from she has come. But please, Sanju ji, go and check in Telangana. What was me? What was I in BJP? Never stoop to such a low to go personal on a leader and a man of integrity. To check my history in the state. I am not like.
So this is not required. It's completely taking away from the debate. Sanju, it's not required. Now, Mr. Reddy, I allow you to respond. Now, I want to ask Mr. Grewal some question. Mr. Reddy, I allowed you to respond. My question is to Mr. Grewal. See, Mr. Grewal, I can get into very specific questions on why the expert committee panel was overruled. Now, if the expert committee did not recommend the zonal license system at the retail level, why was the revised note shared later without any legal consultation? You've been a very senior officer and hence you are fully aware that to override an expert panel, right, to cause benefit to private liquor players is extremely inappropriate, suspicious, and possibly illegal. Okay, this is just... Of course. Yeah. So my question here is, was a group of ministers constituted to overrule the expert committee's findings?
Mr. Goswami, first of all, the expert committee was a suggestive committee set up. If I'm right, if I get the drift right, I'm not sure you're talking about the same committee I'm talking about, but they made a number of suggestions. But the basic premise here is that the policy that we brought in, then the BJP made a hula-baloo about, and which we took back then because they were saying whatever, we stand by that. That was a cabinet policy, that was a cabinet decision taken by the cabinet of Delhi, led by Mr. Kejriwal and all the ministers together, number one. The same policy we have had in Punjab, and we've had a 2,500 crore growth in revenue, and we've renewed the policy. And we welcome this investigation. I will not harp about health or education. Of course, that is what we are doing for the people of Delhi, man. And we will do that. But
no, but Mr. Grewal, please. You see the expert committee, and Shavani, very briefly you can tell me, the expert committee approved what percentage? of margin.
Sir, what committee?
The expert committee. The expert committee recommended what percentage, Shravan? 5%. The group of ministers overruled that, and they made it how much?
12%. 12% was.
And this is on record.
This is on record.
This is on record, Shravan.
This is on record. It is
louder, please.
It is clearly on record. 12% margin. Agencies are saying you are getting 6% profit margin out.
Correct. So my question here is, Mr. Kejriwal, see, all of this, was it all happening without Arvind Kejriwal knowing?
Sir, first of all, everything that has happened under the leadership of Mr. Kejriwal. We own up everything. First of all, that's the basic thing. First of all, yes. Secondly, what is this expert committee that we are talking about? What I am aware of, there were set up by who?
Oh, everyone, that was a nice window.
Who brought this expert committee? What is this expert committee? We stand by everything we have done.
Was there a cabinet note passed?
Ma'am,
was there a cabinet note passed?
Ma'am,
did you pass a cabinet note?
Let him.
The problem, ma'am, please, if I may.
Yes or no? Did you pass a cabinet note?
Ma'am, I am not your
student. 1 minute, don't repeat the question because I want to give him enough time to reply. The question asked there was the 1 minute, Sanju, is a note. Where is the note from the expert committee with legal opinion? Don't tell me there was no expert committee. There was no legal opinion because opinion was sought from legal experts, and it has been reported that when this information was put up to the Council of Ministers, this went against what Sisodia wanted. So Sisodia did his own thing, overruled it and took it from 5 to 7%. Now you are admitting this at Kejriwal's blessings.
No, what I am admitting is that this was a cabinet decision, number one, and cabinet is led by Mr. Kejriwal, and this expert committee is set up by whom?
No.
Set up by whom?
Sure.
Ma'am, please. The
Mr.
BJP
Kejriwal.
is so angry, they are reading out the FIR. Ma'am, please.
This was not a cabinet decision.
Mr. Kejriwal.
Yes, sir.
Manish Sisodia and Kailash.
Sanju, just 1 minute.
Please calm down.
Just one minute.
The Congress and BJP are seriously worked up tonight. The Congress and BJP are seriously worked up tonight because you can't stick nothing, ma'am. Both of you, you're so emotional.
1 minute. Okay, let me get Subrashta and just 1 minute, Sanju. This is 1 minute. Karan is saying something. Yes, Karan's intervention now. 2 minutes left. Karan.
Arnab, the AAP government had appointed the Ravi Dhawan Commission. Every single recommendation of that commission has been violated by AAP, right from manufacturers entering into retail, which he had clearly warned against. He had clearly warned against more than 2 vents per watt. Why did you violate every single recommendation of your own committee?
Okay, point taken. Subrashta. I want to bring in Subrashta. Hasn't spoken a lot. Subrashta in the debate. Karan, thank you. Subrashta's turn now.
We stand by it. Our cabinet stands by it. Kejriwal stands by it. Everybody stands by it.
1 minute.
There is a 37.5% loss.
Okay, 1 minute. Karan. Hand over to Subrashta, please. Thank you.
Arnab, my simple and honest submission throughout this controversy has been, why can't Arvind Kejriwal, who does inane press conferences on multiple issues, do one press conference explaining his liquor policy? Why has he not done it till now? And now when he's going to the CBI, I'm sure there are a line of questions that are going to come, and he will come out very clean to say that, oh, the case is under investigation, so I'm not going to talk about it. In this entire scheme of things, Arnab, who is at loss? People of Delhi.
Yeah. See, throughout the debate,
for a change, I absolutely stand with Romesh Sabharwal ji.
Romesh Sabharwal.
Ma'am, I agree with what you're saying.
Yes, Mr. Kejriwal.
Manish Sisodia has explained the policy, and Mr. Kejriwal stands by him. And the people of Delhi have chosen us for
with all due respect, Manish Sisodia has not explained. No, I'm sorry, Mr. Reddy. No, Mr. Reddy, please do not lie. Neither Manish Sisodia, nor Arvind Kejriwal, nor any quote-unquote elite spokespersons of the party have ever come to explain the liquor policy to us. So please let us not resort to lies.
I would say, Mr. Kejriwal, you do understand that since you have said throughout the debate that Mr. Kejriwal cannot be dissociated from the policy, an obvious question would be that Mr. Kejriwal has removed Manish Sisodia, who is only under investigation and who hasn't been convicted yet. If, as a consequence of being summoned, Mr. Kejriwal comes under investigation, what happens to Mr. Kejriwal?
I answered that the last time. Mr. Sisodia and Mr. Jain had 18 ministries. We have to have Delhi functioning. That's why we took their resignations. Mr. Kejriwal, we stand by everything. If he is summoned, he is our leader, sir. He is our leader, and we respect the fact that our leaders are fighting for what is right.
Accountability.
We are proud of him. We are proud of him, and he comes and he takes up for everything.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very complex debate now. Maybe Mr. Kejriwal should take up the opportunity of answering some very specific questions in this case. He used to like specific questions, didn't he, earlier? And viewers, when I come back on the other side tonight, why is Asaduddin Owaisi making the killing of a gangster a communal issue? More in a few minutes. Please come back with me.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 10 years, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Today we recall the patriotism of those brave service officers, police persons, civilians who rubbed their shoulders to defeat terrorism at Mumbai, and the patriotic fervor that was generated by them, I think, has generated a new kind of nationalism amongst the citizens of our country.
Dear viewers, in a few days we are bringing to you once again the Republic Summit. And this year our theme is fittingly about how this is a time of transformation. Yes, this is a time of transformation for an India that is growing 4 times faster than the world average. It is a time of transformation for an India whose manufacturing exports grow 40% year on year on the back of COVID, while China witnesses a major loss. This is a time of transformation, of opportunity for India that has let go of the dollar hangover, and the rupee is closer to being accepted as international currency. And nearly 60% of all digital payments are already UPI based. Isn't this the very moment to come together and think of how we can make the transformation even quicker? So please join me and join all of us at Republic TV as we bring to you the Republic Summit this year on the theme of a time of transformation. See you there.
World leaders have promised everything to everyone in the so-called Sustainable Development Goals. Not surprisingly, the world and all the G20 countries are vastly off track to deliver. Even India won't deliver everything, but India has improved faster than any other G20 nation from 2015 to 19. India shows that prioritizing achievable, deliverable development matters. Yet the rich world incessantly stress climate change. And yes, climate is a challenge, but one of many, and currently climate policies cost trillions of dollars yet deliver trivial temperature reductions in a century from now. In a world where we can't do everything, India is uniquely placed to demand the world focus on the most efficient development policies first. Growth, jobs, education, health is at the top of India's priorities, as it is across most of the world. Climate is there too, but nowhere near the top. I will talk about how smart policies can help India and the world achieve amazing progress for little money. Better education, ending tuberculosis, more trade, lower mortality for mothers and infants, higher agricultural production, and better nutrition. Chairing the G20, India can help all of us focus on the smartest solutions to the challenges faced by the Global South. I'll challenge popular opinion at India's biggest news event, the Republic Summit, which is by far...
Akhilesh Owaisi plays sympathy card after encounter.
पहले दिन से भारतीय जनता पार्टी चुनाव को देखते हुए इनकाउंटर कर रही है।
एनकाउंटर में उसकी मौत हो गई, मगर हम एनकाउंटर के खिलाफ थे और एनकाउंटर्स के खिलाफ रहेंगे।
Is there an attempt to communalize Mafia encounter? Are some using religion to justify breaking the law? Arnab debates at 10 p.m.
Today we recall the patriotism of those brave service officers, police persons, civilians who rubbed their shoulders to defeat terrorism at Mumbai, and the patriotic fervor that was generated by them, I think, has generated a new kind of nationalism amongst the citizens of our country.
Akhilesh Owaisi plays sympathy card after encounter.
पहले दिन से भारतीय जनता पार्टी चुनाव को देखते हुए इनकाउंटर कर रही है।
एनकाउंटर में उसकी मौत हो गई, मगर हम एनकाउंटर के खिलाफ थे और एनकाउंटर्स के खिलाफ रहेंगे।
Is there an attempt to communalize Mafia encounter? Are some using religion to justify breaking the law? Arnab debates at 10 p.m.
Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 10. Powered by Panasonic. Co-powered by IndusInd Bank.
Good evening and welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot be a developed nation if we do not have law and order across the length and breadth of the country. Therefore, it becomes our duty as citizens, in my view, and I'm saying this clearly on the nation's sharpest opinion, to have an absolutely zero tolerance approach towards lawbreakers, gangsters, dacoits, murderers, rapists, extortionists. They cannot get protection through direct or indirect means. If we do that, and if that is our approach, then we are actually encouraging the degradation of social life. And if that enters our political life, then we can be as economically prosperous as we possibly can be, but we will not be a truly great nation. Which is why I find it totally surprising that over the last 36 hours, various political parties have been doing everything conceivably possible to oppose Yogi Adityanath's drive against the mafia in Uttar Pradesh. I want any of them to answer just one question to me tonight. Can they deny? And you don't have to live in Noida, you don't have to live in Ghaziabad, you don't have to live in Lucknow, you don't have to live in Uttar Pradesh, in Kanpur to answer this question. Has law and order been an issue in Uttar Pradesh for decades or not? You can have political games over it. But the fact is, has there been an established mafia in Uttar Pradesh or not? Is that one of the biggest roadblocks against the development of the state or not? Has the mafia been integrated into the politics of Uttar Pradesh over decades now, almost till a point where it was seen to be a part of life? And now when there is a genuine attempt to crush it, to eliminate it, because you can't negotiate with gangsters, why politicize it? And which is why I am addressing Asaduddin Owaisi tonight.